my guy right there, Aaron Rodgers, getting ready to be the Vice President of the United States of America. And that's his campaign video right there, because I'm an American. And I hold that American flag, and I run with it with great pride. This is the most Jet-esque thing I've ever seen in my lifetime. Like when we sing that song, it's just the same. Oh, Jets. Hey. This one's not even the Jets' fault. So let's give the Jets front office a break. Point. Let's give Joe Douglas a break, despite the fact they did nothing to make their team all that much better thus far in free agency. Let's give Robert Saleh a break. Let's give Woody Johnson a break. My guy, Aaron Rodgers, the same guy that about a month and a half ago went on television and uttered very interesting words about distractions with the franchise. No, everything that we do has to have a purpose. The bull crap that has nothing to do with winning has to get out of the building. That was January 8th, right?
Yep.
And now here we are 2 months later, and he is a distraction.
But it
has nothing to do with football, and he is now, according to Robert Kennedy Jr., entertaining the idea of being the vice presidential running mate with Kennedy's presidential hopes in this year's election for president. Excuse me?
Yeah, it doesn't.
Excuse me?
It doesn't make sense. Jacoby said this franchise has been to the playoffs in 13 years. You did not play this season. You only lasted 4 snaps into your Jets career, and you're talking about being a VP. Like, as Jets fans, as somebody who wants to buy in and buy the jerseys, they up the ticket sales. This is not only a distraction, but it makes you want to beat Aaron Rodgers up in the street. Like, we need you to be the Jets starting quarterback. We need you to take this team to a division, not only win the division, go to the playoffs and possibly Super Bowl. Everything other than that, no Jets fans want to hear about. So this is all nonsense.
Let me just remind everybody, he wanted to be the Jeopardy host. Like, he went and tried out. This guy seriously wanted to host game shows. And now he's trying to be the vice president. Just be a quarterback.
Yeah, here's the thing. It's not his fault that Kennedy came out and said, I'm considering him. It's his fault that he didn't stop it right there and go, yes, I've talked to him. Hey, I do have some political aspirations at some point, but my focus right now is nothing but New York Jets football and getting to the playoffs and blah, blah, blah. But here's the reality that you know better than all of us, because you know the man and you played with him for a long time. He loves this. He eats this stuff up. And he is a prime example of, do what I say, not what I do. Because the rest of you guys have to cut out the crap. No more non-football stuff. No more distractions. Get it out. I, of course, can do whatever the hell I want and be a distraction if I choose to be.
Now we're talking.
Yes.
Now we're talking about what this really is about. When he talks about being a distraction, he doesn't see himself as a distraction.
I don't know how.
Right.
He sees himself as the reason why we're going to have a chance.
Yeah.
And if we're going to have a chance and I'm going to be here with all that I bring and provide, you guys better be all the way locked in. I'm going to be able to still throw the football. I'm going to still be able to make great decisions under center. Things that you've never seen, I'm going to do. And I'm going to provide you that.
Yeah.
But I need you to focus on everything, not me.
This is one of those things, again, this is not the Jets' fault. It's a rare moment where there's a level of incompetence and, clowns juggling that make it feel like, the New York Jets. This is an Aaron Rodgers situation, but it's so on brand for my beloved team that this is another thing now they've got to deal with. Because here's how this works. You guys all know this. The audience may not. The Jets now have to put out a statement today. Robert Saleh is going to be asked about it. Joe Douglas is going to be asked about it.
About his quarterback running for vice president of the United States of America. What is this?
As crazy as it is. Yes.
It makes me look back at his whole time in New York. Right? Remember when he first got there, what did he do? He went to the Knicks game with his teammate, went to the Rangers game with his teammate,
he went
to the concert with his teammate. Oh, I don't want to be on Hard Knocks. But he's on Hard Knocks. Every second of Hard Knocks was about him. Then he tears his Achilles. Guess what? I can walk. Now I can throw the football.
Right.
And now I might come back. Remember, he held the Jets fans hostage about coming back to the end of the year.
If we're eligible for a playoff spot, I'm going to come back.
And then what's he doing? He's on every single podcast all summer. And now, just to top it all off, he's running potentially
for the vice president seat of the United States.
I have to say this, just
Throw the
as an
football.
aside. I mean, it's pretty cool.
It is. It is.
How many people get to run for vice president?
How many
just
Jet
saying.
fans can say they're a Super Bowl champ?
No, I know. But I'm just saying, if I take all the football stuff out of my fandom out of it, just for a second.
I mean, it's
the
pretty-
dude's a quarterback. He's an athlete. That's what he is, right? But there's an aspect of it, like,
impressive.
pretty cool.
There's
like,
nothing
no,
cool about this.
There's only
Do
three.
not support this.
Hang on,
No.
I
You gotta keep the main thing the main thing.
You're
Keep the main thing the main
This is
thing.
why I get mad
You
at
can
you.
do whatever you want in
can't.
the 3 years.
I'm
you're no
with
longer
you right
quarterback.
now,
It's
Fred.
like,
I'm
cool.
with you.
Here's a reality. There are only 3 people running for president, and by default, only 3 people running for vice president. We don't know their names just yet, outside of, obviously, Biden and Kamala Harris on that side, right? We don't know who's going to be running with Trump, and we don't know essentially yet who's running with Kennedy, who's no chance to win. But, like, how many people get to say,
What is
I ran
happening?
for vice president?
Craig.
Like,
How many people get to say I'm a quarterback for the New York Jets?
a lot more.
But Jacoby, this is what's annoying about this.
Yeah, that's true.
This is what's annoying about this. Out of this whole offseason, we've seen Sauce Gardner do his best in his young career, go out and try to recruit guys, right?
Yep.
We've seen other players on our defense go out and try to recruit to make the team better.
Yeah.
We have not seen a damn thing out of Aaron Rodgers.
Stop right there.
As far
Stop
as
right
recruiting
there.
wise,
No. Stop right
Who
there.
said we needed the punter and the kicker back?
Stop right
Okay.
there. Hold on, that's not fair.
Then who?
Now, I got to call you on that.
Help me.
Because we watched him do that last year, and we criticized every guy they got.
And they all suck.
Okay, so you can't now say, how come he's not recruiting?
But my point is, when that
we
headline,
don't want him
when
to
that
recruit.
headline comes out, if you're Aaron Rodgers and there's that headline that's saying that you want to be a vice president, and you're a 40-year-old coming off a torn Achilles with a team that's dying for a successful season.
Yeah?
It seems like you're distracted for the sole
You
fact.
think?
Yeah. And you're talking about distractions when you're the rest of your defense, by the way, who weren't the problem last year, who stood strong and possibly won the games you won, are doing their job in the offseason and recruiting guys.
Remember this, though,
How
Willie
about
Colon?
you go recruit guys?
Remember this. More guys played quarterback for the New York Jets last year than will run for vice president this year.
Regardless, he said anything that doesn't have anything to do with winning needs to be out of the building.
Thank you.
Well,
This has nothing to do with winning.
Right.
Nothing to do with winning.
all of a sudden we're
His
gonna
words.
get our panties in a bunch because an athlete lied to us. Like,
No, we're putting our pay. No, to your point.
Aaron Rodgers
Craig.
lied to me. Wow.
What side of the fence you on? You're excited that the Jets quarterback is potentially running for vice
Because
president? That's what you're doing?
I'll say this. I'm glad it's my team because I care about it so much.
I love it.
Like, it's so on brand for the Jets that all our hopes are tied to this guy, and he might decide, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to go run for vice president of the United States. When I saw this story yesterday, I did what you guys did. Mouth agape, wide open, like of course this is a Jets story. Like, Giant fans are ticked off that Saquon Barkley, who averaged off 70 yards a game as a New York Giant, is going to play for the Philadelphia Eagles on a great contract for him, right? You've got the Kansas City Chiefs. Wow, they give Patrick Mahomes the $27 million up front, makes it easier to sign guys. Cowboy fans upset. We haven't signed a single free agent this year, and we're holding stock to the fact that the only guy we did re-sign was the long punter. The Baltimore Ravens feel like, Derrick Henry's the missing piece. The Bengals might be trading T. Higgins for Justin Jefferson. The New York Jets have a much different problem. Is the guy that our entire franchise is connected to, is he our quarterback? Or is he going to be across the country trying to stump for votes to take over the White House?
It's the stupidest thing.
And by the way, what if he wins?
I'm with Willie. This is a real problem.
This is a problem.
This is a real
But it's only what you
problem.
said. He hasn't denied it. Like, he could have easily come out and said, like, this is all nonsense. I'm committed to the Jets. We will win. We're going to play, yada, yada. He goes, we'll see what happens.
2 days ago,
What?
Craig, you were like, the Dolphins and the Bills are handing the Jets the AFC
Yes,
East.
I said that
You
yesterday.
weren't like, maybe the quarterback's going to run for office.
No, I didn't see that one coming. That wasn't on my bingo card. I had a lot of things on that
Why?
bingo card.
Gosh.
Aaron Rodgers running for vice president was not on the bingo
You're
card.
worried about a second receiver 24 hours ago, and now you're worried about being second.
And I think we could go on record now, although it's no one's business. You never should share this thing, but I feel like we're in a good place here on this show. Greg, I get the sense you're not going to vote for him.
Stick to sports.
Hey,
Stick to sports.
You never know.
Yeah, he wants to hear him out. Wants to hear him out. Can't make these kind of decisions.
You want to hear his stance on things.
Let me get all the facts.
Get
Let
all
me
the
gather
information. Yeah, make a sound
Maybe on
decision.
Monday we'll get learned. Hey there, thank you so much for watching The Carton Show. You can subscribe right here to get all the latest bits and segments from the show. And by the way, while you're at it, we have a lot of great shows on FS1, so check them out too.